Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? What's
Happy
good?
March.
Yeah, we're like 10 days in. Fuck February, you know what I'm saying?
Why?
It was a great month. No, I'm just kidding. February is kind of like the Tuesday of the year, though, if I had to give a reason. You know, it's
I
like,
don't
fuck.
get. What do you mean, though?
Okay, well, who likes Tuesdays, bro? Do you like Tuesdays?
I mean, I like Tuesdays more than Mondays.
Yeah, but they're both kind of the bottom of the barrel. Like Monday and Tuesday are fucking whack. Because Tuesday's basically Monday. That's the way I see it. Like it's the start of the week, you know.
I can respect that.
I don't
All
start
right.
feeling good until at least Thursday. And then I'm like, damn, the weekend's almost here.
What?
Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome. Welcome to what episode is this, bro?
13. No,
13.
you wish. 8.
Wait, hey, you're way off, bro.
8.
Oh shit. Episode 8
This
of
is
the
the
modern.
13th video on the YouTube page, though.
Oh, there you go. Hey, thank you everybody for joining us on our 8th installment of the Modern Cast. It's your host.
Shout out to 12 subscribers that we have.
Yeah, the 12 OGs, bro. Hey, y'all are invited to my funeral, no cap. I want you guys to talk about how good my podcast was.
Legendary.
But it's me, your co-host, Krizo, with your boy, Bearbox on a beat. You know what I'm saying?
Bearbox a legend.
And then the next ad lib in the building. We're here to talk about 2 new albums. We're here to talk about the Conway, the Machine album. That a lot of you might have heard of since we love Conway so much. You know, some of you guys might have been accustomed to them by now. And then we're here to talk about another album as well. We're here to talk about Melissa Aldana's 12 Stars, a gorgeous jazz piece that MJ introduced me to through Twitter. Man, these small artists, man, they're really coming up.
Well, not even small, bro. I mean, she's on Blue Note.
Yeah,
we'll talk about her in a bit.
She's in a recording company. Yeah, that's more than we can say, but still, you know, in terms of like general popularity and an audience, like she's not the biggest jazz artist. But again, you know, most jazz artists aren't that big unless you're like Herbie Hancock or something, you know. But yeah, but first we want to talk about me.
The king.
We want to talk about this Conway album.
The Machine from Buffalo.
The Machine from Buffalo, New York. Y'all might know him well, but in case you don't, Conway is a rapper out of New York, signed with Griselda.
Buffalo.
Griselda
yeah, Griselda. This album, though, this is his first album that came out on Eminem's record label, Shady Records, I think it's called.
Oh, yep, yes. I always forget that he signed to Eminem as well as being in Griselda.
Well, I think Griselda is supposed to be more of like the independent, and then like he signed like to a major, which is Shady's record company.
I see, yeah, but he does talk about in the album about being signed with Eminem, which is super dope. He like name drops Eminem, just being like, I'm signed with Shady. Like that's a big flex, like you know. But yeah, like this record right here is it. I don't believe it's Conway's debut. I believe it's his second album after La Máquina. Conway's debut album, which dropped last year. Amazing album that MJ introduced me to. Kind of got us both acquainted with Griselda Records, and Conway's on a freaking roll, man. Honestly, he's me and MJ's one of our most anticipated and one of our most excitable artists to come out in the last decade, even, wouldn't you say?
Well, right now it's not even just Conway, it's just the whole Griselda team, you know. It's just like they're going Super Saiyan or whatever you gamers say or whatever.
Dude, as a gamer, I can say that Griselda is super pog, dude. Super pog champ. Like you got West Side Gun, Benny the Butcher, who just got signed to I think Jay-Z's label, right?
Yeah, Rock Nation, I think.
Rock Nation. And then, you know, you got Conway, who signed to Shady. And, you know, my personal favorite, if we have to pick favorites, you know, they're all S-tier rappers. They're all incredible artists, incredible pen game and everything. My favorite is West Side Gun. You know, Hitler Wears Hermes Side B. Holds a very dear place in my heart. But I think if I were to guess, I think Conway is MJ's favorite, honestly.
I don't know. I think Conway is one of my favorites. Yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes he's a little bit more dynamic. He can switch it up a little bit more than West Side can.
Yeah, you know what? West Side, he is a little I wouldn't say formulaic, but like you kind of know what you're getting with West Side Gun. But it's always like at a high standard, you know.
Yeah, yeah. It's
It's
always
always,
gas.
you know what I'm saying? It's like every song is at least the 8 out of 10. West Side has a crazy pen game, but his style is like very it's not exactly predictable, but he always flows in like the same tempo. So you kind of know where he's gonna come from, but you never know what he's gonna say, which I absolutely love about West Side Gun. But Conway though, man, Conway on this record, to get back on topic, is such a fucking animal in terms of flow, diversity, style, uh, topics. You know what he's talking about in each of these songs. Like Conway is somebody that starts a story for you. Like he's not just a rapper that goes in and says, "Oh, I live this life, and you need to respect me for it." No, man, Conway really makes you feel what that life
Yeah,
costs him, man. He really makes you feel where he's coming from. Like every song he has here isn't just like a flex. Like, yeah, I went through this. Like a lot of rappers want to do just for the street cred. Conway's opening his heart up, man. He's putting his heart on his sleeve, and he's saying, "Yo, this shit that I went through, like, not a lot of people go through it, but I did." And he's making you feel how hard it was to go through it.
definitely.
Conway is really about it, man. And he reminds us that being about it really isn't like all it's not all
Yeah,
street cred, you know. It's
yeah,
like it's mostly trauma. It's
definitely.
mostly trauma and violence and a cycle of perpetuation. And that's what I love about Conway so much, especially on this record, man. This record is a real fucking record. Like in terms of emotion, like you're not gonna get a lot of hip hop nowadays that is so visceral and so touching. You know,
Just raw.
exactly.
And not raw like the production shit's like shitty, just raw, just the emotion and
Yeah, man.
just the words that come out his mouth.
Yeah. In case everybody's not familiar, Conway the Machine got shot. I'm not exactly sure which year, but he had shot before he had really started popping off in the game, the rap game that is, and before he started getting interviews and placements and features. But even before then, I believe he was rapping. You
Yeah.
know, and the bullet, he says in one of his songs, got lodged in the back of his skull right next to his spine, to where if it was like a couple inches closer, he would have died. But as the namesake goes, and we haven't talked about the namesake of the album, but you might have read by the title already, God doesn't make mistakes. Conway really, really contemplates what it means, what his survival means, excuse me,
Yeah.
like what it means for him
Like
to
it's
be
a gift from
alive.
God, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah, exactly that, man. Absolutely. Like he really says, like, man, right now, I was like literally 2 inches away from death.
yeah.
My life right now is a fucking gift. It doesn't matter what anybody has
Hmm.
to say, bro. Like none of you guys can say anything
Like,
that can take this away from me.
yeah. He's like, I was meant to be here, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, that's just like, and it's crazy to think, man. Like, I like the way you said, he talks about how, like, what it cost, you know what I'm saying? It costs family members, it costs friends. And yeah, I mean, this is so far, it's only been what? I mean, 3 months, but this is one of my favorite albums of the year so far.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. We say that every week, bro.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Hey, it's a good year for music. Tell you what.
I mean, Derringer on the production, he goes crazy. There's Alchemist beat on there,
Yeah, the Alchemist beat is
and there's
on
great
piano.
features on
Like,
the album too.
oh, dude. Another thing I love about Conway is that you don't just get a good taste of the New York scene, but you get a good taste of the fucking pen scene in general for the
Yeah,
game, man.
for
You get to
real,
see who the fuck can write, man. Who the fuck can spit to these boom bap, nasty, grimy ass
bro. Because
beats.
Conway's in the studio, and at this, or like if you send it to him, he just raises your level, bro.
Conway's one of those MCs that can't miss right now. I haven't heard a Conway track since he dropped his last, even on his last record. I haven't heard a Conway track that is missed, because that fool, he really speaks from the heart. Conway the Machine speaks from the fucking soul, man. It's like you're getting some real ass shit when you listen to Conway, nothing less, and sometimes more. You know, that's what we love about not just Conway, honestly, but even Benny, even West Side, Oliver Griselda. They go so crazy, man. They really got
Boldy,
that New York soul. Polly, you
Boldy
know.
goes crazy.
Oh yeah, Boldy James.
You
Boldy
know, there's
James is Griselda.
yeah, he's on Griselda.
Oh, that's so tight. I love that. Man.
There's there's some songs that are it just makes me want to like talk to Conway, bro. Like, are you okay?
Yeah,
I hope
you know,
everything's cool.
I think that's a good transition into our one of the first songs I want to talk about, which is Stressed. Stressed is the eighth track and the namesake. Conway talks about what's stressing him out, man, in terms of the fame, in terms of before the fame, when he got big, like during the fame. Like, not to say that his fame's run out at all. Not
Mhm.
That's absolutely the opposite of the truth. You know, his fame's
Yeah.
actually growing. But you know, like, and then he brings out an amazing feature from Wallow 267. Like, man, I've never heard of Wallow before, but his bars on this were so visceral. The world is yours, Chico. I felt that shit, you know, because I'm Chicano, bro. So
Yeah.
oh man, that shit was awesome. But Stressed, it's a very visceral and very personal song for Conway. He's talking about what's going on through his head, man, and you're
Yeah.
feeling it as he's saying it, you know. He does such a good job of laying his heart out for you, not just to listen to and try to empathize with and sympathize, but so you could put yourself in his shoes. That's how descriptive he is, you know. That's how much of an artist he is. With his pen, he's like drawing you a picture, but in words, you know.
Yeah, and I want to give him his chops for experimenting too. I think he's singing a little bit more.
Yeah,
That song Babas. I
I
think
love
I've never heard
Babas.
a Conway song. Maybe I'm not the biggest fan out there, but I guess you know what I'm saying. But I've never heard a Conway song like this. If people have, put in the comments. But I haven't heard a song like this before.
Especially in terms of flow.
Hmm.
Like, in terms of flow, Conway goes absolutely
And
insane on
effects, like
Babas.
the effects on the voice sometimes.
Yeah, on Babas with Keisha Plum, which is a regular on all the Griseldas. I wouldn't be surprised if Keisha Plum herself was signed to Griselda, because she comes up so much.
We need a review
We absolutely do. But she's like a spoken word rapper, and I would call her a rapper because she goes over beats.
or a poet, like a
Yeah, I wanted to say poet. Like, she's more like a
yeah,
slam poetry kind of vibe. You know what I
just
mean?
over beats. That's kind of hard.
Yeah, dude, I love Keisha. I love when she's on the track. She was all over the last West Side album. She was on the
Yeah,
Benny the Butcher record. You know, Keisha always has a really, really, really strong pen game, and that seems to be the name of the game for these New York style rappers in this style and this flow. Is it's all about what you say, you know, not how you say it.
yeah.
While they're really good at saying it, how they say it, you know, but what they say is always what cuts the deepest in all of these tracks, especially on God Doesn't Make Mistakes, you know.
There's a great Lil Wayne feature on this. I like the intro. He's like spooky, and it is. It's like a spooky beat. You know what I'm saying?
Keep talking. I'm gonna charge my camera real quick.
I think my favorite song though on the album so far is probably Drum Work. There's like a snare, like buzz roll kind of thing going on. That shit's fire. Um, Damn, Kriza is all fucked up,
I'm trying to charge the phone.
ruining the podcast.
Nah, hold up. This is only happening one at a time. Man, but yeah, the Lil Wayne feature, the second feature, it really encapsulates what you said about kind of bringing out the best in people.
And like the beat switches up on that part, and so their flow kind of gets faster. It's a little awkward, I would say, for both of like, but I think it's so cool. Like, it's a little awkward, but like I kind of like mistakes like that. It's very human. And I mean, I fuck with that. I mean, some people don't. Some people want it perfect. But I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. That shit is jazzy. You know, like, I don't mind a note being missed, because that's what I appreciate so much about jazz music. It's
Or
that, like,
breaths. Like I don't care about breaths either.
yeah, like, breaths, fuck that. Like, as long as you're on beat and that shit's fire, you know, fuck it. Like, I hate the notion that, like, it has to be in key, it has to be on time. You know, the beauty of music is in its versatility because everything's been fucking done already. You know, like every beat's already been done to perfection. Every timing's already been done like to the
And that's
T.
some Western shit too, bro. Like, oh, it's out of key for us, but in other countries, shit like that's not out of key. They have their own keys,
Absolutely, yeah.
or
Like
whatever. Some
yeah,
Adam Neely shit. We're on Adam Neely. Shout out Adam
I
Neely.
I was about to mention this. You're reading my mind. Like I'm on my Adam Neely shit. Like, it's very much a Western European thing and a Western American thing now. After jazz music perpetuated it just a bit, besides like freeing it.
Yeah.
But the key is a very Westernized thing. Where like, if a key fell outside, more than likely some other language, some other culture has like incorporated that key as like a staple in there. It's like
Yeah.
that's in key for a lot of people. For me, what comes to mind is something like Yusef Lateef. Eastern Sounds was a very revolutionary album, not just because it had a bunch of bangers that you play in a coffee shop, but because it had a bunch of notes in there that people were like, wow, this sounds really neat.
It challenges you a little.
Absolutely. It's like, even though it's not in key, like think of like Dave Brubeck. Dave Brubeck was the person that revolutionized the fifth, the fifth timing, the timing in fives, the take five. And before him, if you were to do some shit like that, people would have been like, oh, that's out of time. You're late. And it's just opening our eyes to like, no, like
No,
the structure of music is absolutely that. It's just a structure. It's like preconceived notion. What music actually is something else. It's a different essence. And man, does Griselda encapsulate that, man. They say, definitely. Griselda says, fuck your timing, fuck your key. It's about the pen. The pen game is what.
Yeah, and it's about the story. It's about the story and the words. I mean, it helps that they do actually spit like really good. You know what I'm saying?
And not to say that they're out of key all the time or anything.
Yeah, no. Yeah. But like, yeah. I mean, it. There's no one doing it better right now.
Absolutely.
Definitely not. I don't know.
Yeah, in terms of
there's a lot of artists that we've grown up with and they're doing great and I love them, but like consistency wise, like every time there's like a new Griselda album from any of them out, and then every 2 months, that's like, damn, like I'm not working as hard, and they're already famous and they're still working hard.
Yeah, these guys are pushing the game. And you know what? I feel like we're kind of coming out of the trap era, the era where like everything has to be trap music. Maybe I just haven't been listening hard enough, but I finally feel like we're finally over the trap hump. We're finally getting into some other shit. And man, real ass hip hop with a strong pen game, that's pushing the game up right now. That's raising the bar. That's like putting stuff away from what it was, still pushing people towards their limits.
Yeah,
like I love that about this style of hip hop, and I love Griselda for doing such a great job and putting their whole soul into this, man. Like we really owe these people a debt for not just trying to make money, for like really, really, really putting out music they think is good out there.
Really rapping out there, bro.
Really, really rapping.
I mean, it's signed to Eminem. I mean, whatever you believe. I mean, if you don't have Eminem in your top 5, or even top 3, like, that's
well, low key, I don't have Eminem in my top 3, but I respect the man. I think he has great. I know
top
you tweeted the other day, bro. Venom.
No, I mean, but I just, but just
you can't deny
respect
his legacy.
Eminem though.
No, absolutely, you can't. He's undeniable. The same way Conway, not Conway, the same way Kanye is, the same way Conway is too, because Conway is pretty undeniable if you ask me.
Yeah,
but the same way Kanye is, like Kanye. In the last couple of years, he's done like some kooky shit, whatever, outside of music. But in terms of his music, he's been doing a great job. But I don't feel like he's dropping Graduations anymore. I don't feel like he's dropping Life of Pablo's anymore.
Kids See Ghosts,
Kids See Ghosts, exactly. Like I don't feel like Kanye's on, even though he's still dropping good records. Like I love Donda and stuff.
Yeah, they're just like good records. Yeah, I feel you.
They're exactly, they're good. I don't feel like they're pushing the envelope. It takes a revolutionary record to push the envelope. It takes something outside the box, man. But in terms of tracks, any individual tracks you want to talk about here?
Like I said earlier, I can't think of the flow of the feature, but drum work I really like. There's like a drum buzz snare roll.
Oh yeah, 7XV the Genius and J Ski. Yeah, the drum line on that actual one. The thing you catch with a lot of Griselda beats too is they're very boom bap, not trap, but super like case anybody's unfamiliar with the style. It sounds like that. Uh, but boom bap beats are like all you get is flow. All you get is
Yeah, I think because it's
lyrics.
just a little
You know?
bit slower. It's not like super fast.
I make it like I think of it like a blank canvas in terms of like what you got to write with, you know. Where a trap beat, you have like very rigid lines. You have like maybe 8 or 9 flows that fit. Boom bap, I feel like is a lot more free flow. There's a lot more expression going on. Showcased especially by Conway's mastery, man. A lot of these beats, would you say, are like in the same tempo? You know, like the same BPM? Because I would think
Yeah,
so.
I mean, like I respect it because it's like supposed to be an album, so that all the songs kind of fit, all the beats, especially.
Yeah, like they're all on the same
I
BPM,
mean, it's
and
Derringer, bro. Derringer just that's just how he makes beats.
yeah, he's like Fly God. Uh, but
But yeah,
but
I think John Woo Flick too. I think having all three of them, like the Avengers, just kind of collide and go crazy on the beat.
dude, absolutely, man. The Griselda Avengers, they really are my favorite collaborative trio in
They're
rap.
like the Lakers when they're good.
Yeah, dude. They're like the Lakers when they won the ring.
Yeah.
No, dude, seriously. Not right now with Westbrook, you know what I'm saying? But
Whoa.
dude, come on. Dude. R.I.P. Westbrook. Hey,
Bro.
y'all leave Westbrook's family alone too. I don't think that's any of y'all. I think
Yeah, roast the man. Yeah, I don't know if it's anyone though.
I don't
Roast
think
the
it's any of
man.
y'all. But respect the man, respect his family. Like,
Yeah,
geez, leave the poor man alone. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Don't do
he's
that to his kids and his wife.
bro, that's fucked up. You know, like
He is
basketball.
Westbrook, but don't leave.
Yeah,
Don't
he's
send death
Westbrook.
threats.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna do
But
anything, like
if you get death threats, bro, you made it.
I mean, yeah, but it's I don't know. Notoriety is really bad, you know. Especially if you're just trying to play basketball. It's not like he's out there being anyway.
I agree.
Anyway, though, like man, this new Griselda record, I don't know if y'all can tell, but we're geeked on it. We cannot
Yes.
recommend it enough. Gas. If I can name a couple of my favorite tracks, I love So Much More because Conway's talking about how this shit isn't just about rap. It's about a narrative. It's about speaking his truth. And that's why he's so much more than a rapper, because it's not just about rap to him. You know, Chanel Pearls with Jill Scott. It's a very, I love Jill Scott on here because I feel like this is her song, honestly, even though
Mhm.
Conway does an amazing first verse, like Jill Scott absolutely kills the flow. She does like a 2 and a 3 on her verse, and it's gorgeous. Honestly, I cannot
Yeah.
recommend Jill Scott enough. Babas with Keisha Plum,
Man,
like
Baba's fire.
Babas is like something you've never heard before. I'm looking at it right now. I hate that it's the least listened to song on
Oh yeah,
Spotify.
it is. It doesn't sound like I didn't really think that he would do a song like this. I think so.
It's really experimental, and I feel like it's going underappreciated. Like it's a super slept on song. Listen to Babas. Babas is an amazing song on here that's unlike anything else you've probably ever heard before, honestly. Wild Chapters with T.I. and Novel. These guys are storytellers, man.
I mean Ti.
Ti speaks from himself. You know, Novel. He's a little more obscure, but his name's Novel because he likes to write stories. You know, like he does an amazing job here talking about why his life is like a story filled with wild chapters, like the namesake of the album.
Mhm.
This album is so gorgeous. You know, Piano Love is a fucking Alchemist beat where Conway raps by himself. You guys have probably heard that one if you've heard any songs on the record. It's the most popular one here.
Disrespect to Conway for bro. Conway, he does have like some good features by like legendary and major artists, but he still goes out his way and gets people who are probably in the Griselda camp, or not, just smaller artists. He still gets them there and features.
Yeah, you know, I'm
So
not sure how
respect.
I don't know how Conway pulls his artists, if they're all from New York or they're just people he fucks with, but he does not miss. He does not allow a miss to
Yeah.
happen on any of his records. Like you listen to any feature from Conway, you know that shit's gonna be gas because Conway picked it to be on his record. You know, that's why I have so much respect for him and his artistry and his movement that he has going on right now. Like
Is he God and he doesn't make mistakes, bro?
he went from a king to a god. You know what I'm saying? And just to wrap up on this record too, the very last song, God Don't Make Mistakes with Annette Price, like that song legitimately made me cry. in that song he depicts how, like when he was shot and he was kind of like he played like a clip at the very end. Oh, excuse me, where his mom was talking to God and she was like, "Man, I know God doesn't make mistakes. Like all that paper that I bought you for school because I thought you were doing schoolwork and you ended up writing raps. I know that wasn't a mistake. Like all this shit was for a reason."
Mm.
And and in the song before she says that, he's like contemplating. He's like, what if I never got shot? What if I never got this paralysis in my face? He describes the medical condition. Like he says the
Yes.
exact medical condition, but I forgot exactly what it was. But he has all these doubts, and at the very end, while his mom's praying to God, asking for her son to live, he kind of realizes, he was like, this is all like God's plan, this is all predetermined. And I think that's absolutely beautiful, regardless of what you believe in.
Yeah,
If you're
yeah.
an atheist or not, like me, like
Just the
even
idea
I
of faith, I guess.
yeah, it's the idea of faith is absolutely inspiring, even to someone like me that doesn't really have faith in God. Like
Well, I just think it
it's
lets people
beautiful to
know
witness.
that no matter what you believe in or anything, just you're here right now, bro. So just go do shit, you know what I'm saying? He didn't let
Yeah,
it stop him. So he viewed it's like a motivation thing, like God, I'm here, you know what I'm saying? So now I gotta go harder, you know. So you're here
absolutely.
right now, or whatever that means as right, but just gotta go hard all the time.
Yeah, that's the point Conway kind of tries to make, even though he's like reminiscing on like what his life has been and what he's become and everything throughout the record. At the end of it, Conway's just like, this is what I am, and I'm proud of it. And this is what he says. You can look at me and you can laugh, but you can't laugh about my rapping. My rapping's fucking gas. He says, like, you can look at my face and laugh, but look, I'm still fucking alive. I'm supposed to be dead. I got a bullet in my fucking neck. You know, like we really have an immense respect and love, like love, capital LOVE for Conway, man.
LUV.
LUV. I fell in love for Conway, man. I cannot express how much we appreciate Conway and his existence. Like, so shout out Conway right now before we forget, man. We love you, bro. And if you ever hear this, just know that you've inspired us so much.
For real.
Like you've given us so much love. And if this ever reaches you, thank you. Thank you
Take
so
care.
much. Take care, man. Like you're a real ass soul, man. And we can't thank you enough, honestly. Like I'm out of words for the record you just put out,
No,
it's
for real.
gorgeous. But enough about Conway. Jeez, how long was that, bro? How long we in?
For real. I don't know if we're gonna talk about the next artist. This is for the women's month, bro. It's
yeah,
women's month.
yeah,
We gotta
absolutely.
get especially in the jazz scene, jazz saxophone players. I'm
Absolutely.
looking right now, Grammy nominated saxophonist and
Oh,
composer.
is she really? She got the gem, the
She
Grammy.
joined. I think this is her first album on the legendary Blue
That's
Note Records, bro. Who? I don't know if you're really a guy like that. What do you let me see? What Blue Notes album do you know, bro?
that's beautiful. I've
I
heard of
mean,
them
I
in
like Art
passing.
Blakey.
I've heard of them in passing, but I'm honestly not sure of a lot of artists that are. I might have heard of a lot of artists that are signed to Blue Note because I know they're a really famous jazz label, but that's as much as I'm familiar
So like
with them.
the Art Blakey Messenger,
Yeah, like I'm not familiar with Art Blakey
that
or
album. He has that
Blakely.
or Blakely, right? It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. That one album where it's like his face on the album cover,
Mhm.
and then I think Miles Davis is Blue. What?
Yeah, dude, he's on Blue Note.
Yeah. Well, that album Blue. I think what is it called? It's like Blue something. It's the
Oh,
one.
kind of blue or
Yeah,
sort of
that's the one
blue.
with So What's On. Yeah.
Yeah, sort of blue or kind of blue. One of the two. I think it's sort of blue.
Yeah, it's just legendary jazz. I think everyone should
Yeah,
go and check out all of them. Blue Notes, like there's only a couple labels I really fuck with, and Blue Notes really want to. If Blue Notes like you want to make an album, it's like, oh yeah, like.
yeah. We got Blue Note, Stone's Throw.
Mhm.
I Rock Nation. Rock Nation does people pretty well. You know what
I
I'm
mean
saying?
Griselda. I mean we're not from Buffalo,
Griselda. Yeah, we're not from Buffalo. We're never gonna get signed to Griselda, but Griselda. Um, there's like I said, they're few and far
smaller. There's
between.
always smaller labels and stuff too. But like
Yeah.
major ones, Blue
What's
Notes.
the label we covered last week?
Oh, okay. It starts with the M. California, the
Oh,
California jazz label.
and Minaret,
Minaret.
Minaret,
There you go.
Minaret, like smaller labels like that. They're really putting in the work for their artists, man. Like, shout out y'all, dude. Y'all are really out here trying to push good music and good jazz, trying to be progressive. Shout out all the small labels,
For real.
but also Blue Note for being legendary. Anyway, we're not only reviewing Melissa Aldana, excuse me, because it's Women's Month. We're actually reviewing this record because it's an absolutely amazing jazz record, just in general. Like Melissa is I would consider her a tenor virtuoso.
Oh, I was about to say that.
Like she's beautiful on the horn, man.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is
definitely.
8 tracks, 45 minutes.
45 minutes, not too bad. Like,
Now there's a couple interludes. Most songs are about like 7 minutes, maybe 6 minutes. Like every song is
and the band is good
so
too,
full.
bro. And I love there's my favorite parts are like the first two, like around the first two songs. The intro, a lot of the drums sound like they're crashing.
The intros are amazing.
I love when drums sound like they're crashing and they're just soloing or they're playing a melody or a riff, and it's fire. Fire.
Abs-
Fire.
Absolutely, I agree. And Melissa she is kind of the main stake here, but the pianist does an amazing job. The drummer, like we said, was really tight. The bass player is beautiful, and this album is extremely soulful. It's extremely I wouldn't say heart wrenching, but heart touching. Like she's super gentle on the keys, on the saxophone keys. That is, like the pianist is as well. But this is just
Fire album cover too.
yeah, like this is like a Starry Night-esque sort of
No,
album cover.
according to Wikipedia, she's from Chile, bro.
Yeah, she has a song on here called Los Ojos de Chile, the eyes of Chile.
Man, that's
and
crazy.
and that's what I imagine she was thinking of when she wrote it. She was kind of thinking like her country was looking at her, or her country was maybe like her eyes on Chile, sort of like in the way that Mi Tierra Veracruzana by the one artist. Her name eludes me right now, but if you guys are familiar with the track,
I said she was playing here. This is all according to
Natalia,
Wikipedia.
yes, Natalia Lafleur said. I'm sorry,
Oh, okay, yeah.
but she's it's like an homage to her country, to her soil, and it's like she's longing. You can feel in her playing. It's like she's longing to be in Chile, or she's longing to be with her people again. This like kind of embrace in this culture. Like she misses it, whether it be the food or the city life, like all aspects of living there. Sorry, what were you saying about the Wikipedia article?
Oh, just I guess she was playing when she was 6. So, but true virtuoso.
No, absolutely. And this is for me a not a textbook, but a pure jazz album. Her soloing is about expression. It's about making you think of the album title and what it might mean to her. From every song here, from from Intuition, because Intuition is a very thought-provoking song. It makes you think like of yourself in a situation, and you're stuck between a crossroads, between two decisions, and you think, what is my intuition telling me? What is my gut telling me?
Yep.
And that feeling of like maybe insecurity or uneasiness, you feel in the song itself.
The difficultness, like how difficult it is.
Absolutely, man. For me, that is the essence of jazz. That is the soul of jazz. It's communication. It is language without words. It is language untainted by words.
Spirit.
Yeah, it's something more pure. It's something more wholesome. It's exactly that. It's communication.
Yeah, because words mean
Untainted
so
by
much things to other people sometimes.
Yeah, we say the word love, and to like 10 people, it might be like 10 different things. But when it comes to jazz, when you just play it, when you hear love through a saxophone, you're like, wow, that means exactly what I think it means. Regardless of what it comes from. I think that's the beauty of jazz, and the beauty that Melissa is showcasing here so wonderfully, man. Like especially,
do you have a favorite track?
I love Amelia. I love The Fool.
The Fool's fire. Very Latin.
Exactly that. The Fool is amazing for me. And even the last track, 12
Yeah,
stars.
12 stars is pretty good. I like the intro too, Falling.
Falling was really good. I'm looking right now, it's the most popular track on the album. I suppose it's the one most people check out.
It's probably because the first one on the album, you know.
Yeah, exactly that. And the closer is actually the second most popular, which is surprising to me.
I think it was a
Um,
single, the last one.
that's
Last song.
probably it because it's the namesake of the album, so that makes sense.
Will you
But
buy it on vinyl?
I would absolutely buy this on vinyl. This sounds gorgeous just in my headphones, like on stereo.
From
Uh,
Brooklyn, bro. So we're doing a Chile,
hey,
Brooklyn,
this is the New York
Buffalo, New
episode,
York
baby.
episode.
Sheesh,
Boom, boom, boom.
hey, Amelia needs to be on a Griselda feature, bro, just as a sax. Yeah.
And all these albums came out this month, you know, I think, right? When did Griselda come out? This month or the end of February?
Let me see here. I can check very quickly.
Because it's March 10th. I think this one came out March 4th or something like that.
Just as 2022 on my end, but I think for God doesn't make mistakes, it's March as well as 12 stars. So these are two very, very recent albums. I know Conway's album came out, what, 2 weeks ago, maybe?
Yeah, like right in the beginning of March, huh?
Yeah, I want to say like maybe 9 days ago or the 1st of March. I really can't say.
She
But
said that this out it's
sorry, go ahead.
like the like I don't know, just talk about how like the symbol of creation, like because like the album name, like the 12 stars, what it means. It's great. Good article. I'll try to link the article. This Blue Note article that describes the album a little bit better.
Yeah, I would love to know where she was coming from creatively from the standpoint because this album makes me feel so many different ways, because she's so expressive on the tenor. Like
New original, all new original songs.
she's so soulful, when I feel like every solo that she does really encompasses the namesake of each song that it's on. And not only that, but she does a great job of complementing the her supporting bandmates. Like you mentioned, the drums are beautiful, the bass is beautiful, the piano is beautiful when there's a solo.
You know, and that reminds me of even the different instrument. We're listening to a lot of um I'm forgetting the name now, but we're listening to a lot of Duke Ellington.
Yeah,
And I think he was really good at letting people in his band, and he would write for people in his band and let them showcase. Because it's fucking Duke Ellington, bro. He could just do whatever he wants, you know.
yeah,
But you
yeah.
know,
He's a very
he
seasoned
understood,
composer. Yeah,
and he understood he got to take a step back sometimes, and other instruments got to shine. And I think
yeah.
she tries to do that on the album. You know what I'm saying? She does that with all the instruments. All the instruments have the album breathes, and every instrument has a moment, and all the instruments work together too. So
I think you make a great point that yes, this is Melissa's album, but it's not only her showcasing herself on the album. The keys are magnificent.
mm-hmm.
The drummer has her own spotlight. So does the bassist.
Yeah,
Like this whole album, it's really really well composed, and each person has a portion to express themselves thoroughly. Because it is an expressive album, and I feel like Melissa really realized that. She realized that, like, yes, if I'm going to express myself, and I'm not sure like what she meant through the 12 stars. I haven't read the description like you mentioned, but
yeah,
um, like if this album is to fulfill its purpose, like I can't be the only one that's like expressive here. This is jazz.
she did it.
Everyone should be expressive. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I think mostly I just see and check out both these albums. You know, hip hop and jazz are
Yeah, I
a
think
good
you guys are trying
mixture
to
in
get
my
an
life.
idea what we really like on the modern cast. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
we're just waiting. I'm waiting for my pop album, my rock album. I'm just waiting. I've had good ones, but I haven't had ones that really moved me like the albums were reviewed. So
Yeah, absolutely. A couple shout outs. One for sure is Young Bay. Young Bay dropped a
yep,
like EDM or
dance pop,
like dance pop, future
awesome.
funk
Yeah,
album.
too excited.
Uh, yeah, Young Bay dropped. We wanted to talk about
Babytron.
Young Bay. Babytron,
Babytron,
kind of progressive, like you want
kind
to
of
call
just crazy, bro.
just
Babytron's
you,
crazy.
you want to call it meme rap, but it's like progressive, I think, past memes,
Yeah,
like
yeah. It's like that scam rap stuff, but it's not. It's like it is
yeah.
scam rap, but it's like
Young Skirt,
I don't know.
Young Skirt. I love his track. Smoking on that shit that made the other schools oblivious. Like, oh man, shout out Young Skirt, man. Don't downplay a lot of these like quote unquote mean rappers, man, because they're in the moment, and sure it's quick and it's not gonna last, but it's pushing the envelope.
No,
You
I
know,
think it's gonna. I mean, like that's some Detroit type shit, bro. I don't know. I'm not from Detroit.
not to say it won't last, but like just to say that like yeah, it's very in the moment. What they're saying mostly,
Yeah, it's very
uh,
internet.
but it could last,
It's
I'm,
very internet. You know what I'm saying?
that's all I'm really saying is that it's kind of like it's fresh. It's like I don't know, like
It is new.
it's meta,
I don't know. Tell the viewers what meta means.
They know what meta means. If you don't know what meta means, well, for one, congrats for navigating YouTube, you boomer. And for two, meta is just the like the what's going on like regularly in the world, So if cooking right now, if there's a lot of chefs online and in recipes saying like, oh, use lime cilantro like universally for your seasoning, then the meta in cooking is lime
All right, bro. Shut
cilantro.
the fuck up, bro. I can't take. All right, bro. Well, who do you got any shout outs for, bro? Shout
Shout
out
out,
Weed.
shout out weed. I'm rolling up right now. You know what I'm
Shout out
saying?
Griselda. Shout out Jazz.
Shout out Jazz, Griselda. We can't shut up about jazz music and boom bap right now, man. Rap and jazz are really our whole lives. She gives me reason to smoke and breathe every day. You know what I'm saying?
I know we only got 12 subscribers, but if those 12 subscribers are watching, if you guys got albums that that are coming out or artists that are coming out albums later, let us know. Or just albums you're listening to, that would be cool. We're down for that.
Yeah, please. If you watch this episode again, please comment. I've been trying to ask y'all to comment for a while. Y'all are so shy.
Thank you to the people who have commented. There was one person who commented. So I appreciate that.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, just trying to interact with y'all, try to get a feel for what y'all like. Maybe we'll check out something you guys listen to and put it on the show. As long as you don't recommend something whack. No, I'm just kidding. but absolutely, we'll take all recommendations and we're happy to hear what everyone is. We're always looking for new music.
Yeah.
That's what gives us a lot of inspiration. Like Melissa, I had never heard of her before this week. And then we listened to the album this week, and now I'm a fucking fan. Now I follow her, and everything.
Yeah, you know what? Instead of going on Spotify and Apple Music and doing playlists, go a little deeper. What record label they coming out on? Follow them on Twitter. I follow Blue Note on Twitter. That's how I found about this album.
Yeah, absolutely. We found out about Minaret Records through Twitter.
Just a little snooping, just be a little curious. I hate when people say, I don't like new music, or I can't find anything new to listen to. It's like, bro, shut the fuck up.
You know what, bro? This part of the video. All right, y'all can close the video. The recommendations are done. If you're
this is
right here. I just want to say, why are y'all still listening to Frank Ocean, bro?
Bro, wait, what?
Orange and Blonde were great albums.
I'm really hating on Frank Ocean, bro.
That's just like 7 years old, bro.
Yeah, that shit is kind of old.
It's time to let go, bro. It's time to listen to somebody else.
It's kind of the same with Kid Cudi, bro. Low key.
Yeah, it's like Kids See. I don't know. Kids See Ghost is newer than.
It's like Blonde. Man on the Moon or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like Eminem, it's time to let Eminem go. In my opinion, yeah.
Venom. All right, well, mad love.
Hey, short rant. Yeah.
Peace to the world. This is a longer episode and it's nighttime. Maybe it's the alcohol.
Yeah, we both a little tipsy,
And the weed.
I'm rolling up right now. We got a nice shtick right now. Look at this, bro. What do you rate this? Oh, hold on. Actually, don't say anything.
Like a 7. I give that like a 7, bro, because I know people who can't roll. They just can't. or they take like an hour. Like you could roll in like
Bro,
15
you're just
minutes.
saying I'm better than the people that can't roll. That's not saying, but hold up.
Yeah, bro, that says a lot. You know that automatically makes you like a 5.
Okay, how about now? Hold up.
I mean, it's kind of small. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool.
Well, they're quarter inch papers.
Oh yeah, you're saying, but you didn't fill it up all the way.
You're right. You're right. All right. All right. I'll take the 7. I'll take it around.
Yeah, I think the 7's good. Yeah.
Hey, but thank you all for joining, man. Thank you to our 12. We love y'all so much. The mighty 12. Once we start a Patreon, y'all don't have to pay. You know.
Fuck.
Hey, mad love.
Mad fucking love.
Griselda. Boo 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 boo.